We are going to solve a system using substitution. We're going to solve first for any variable, and then substitute into the other equation and solve for the unknown variable, and then go back and substitute into one of the equations to find out the solution. I'm going to go ahead and start with number 1. We have 3x minus 2y equals 2, y equals 2x plus 1, and you notice that one of the equations is already solved for y, so we're just going to substitute into the other equation. Sometimes it's not that obvious, but in this case it is. So I have 3x minus 2 parentheses, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute this equation in for y. So we have 2x plus 1 equals 2. So now it becomes a one-step, or it becomes a multi-step equation, and you're going to solve for x. So you have 3x minus 4x, you apply the distributive property, minus 2 is equal to 2. 3x minus 4x gives you x minus 2 equals 2. You add 2 to both sides, so you have negative x equals 4 divided by negative 1, so we know that x is equal to negative 4. Now we just go ahead and substitute into one of the equations. I'm going to go back and substitute into y equals 2x. In this case it's 2 times negative 4 plus 1. So 2 times negative 4 gives you negative 8 plus 1, which gives you negative 7. So our solution is negative 4 comma negative 7. For number 2, I recommend solving for x, the second one. So if I move the negative x to the right, it's going to be 4y equals x plus, I think that is 77. No, that's 11. And then if I move the 11 to the left, you have 4y minus 11 equals x. So that's what I did. I solved for x for the second equation. Now I'm going to use that to substitute into my other equation. So I have 4 times 4y minus 11 plus 5y equals negative 2. And that's what I substituted. X equals 4y minus 11. So I'm going to apply the distributive property. 4 times 4y gives you 16y. 4 times negative 11 gives you negative 44. Plus 5y equals negative 2. 16y plus 5y gives you 21y. And I have negative 44 equals negative 2. I'm going to add 44 to both sides. And I get 21y equals 42 divided by 21. And we have y equals 2. So now I'm going to go back to the equation that I started with. We have x equals 4 times y, in this case it's 2 minus 11. I went in and substituted. 4 times 2 is 8 minus 11 gives me negative 3. So what is the solution? Negative 3 comma 2. Negative 3 comma 2 is the solution. If I look at both of the equations, I'm likely to solve for y for the second equation. So I have 5x plus y equals 30. What am I going to do to both sides? Subtract 5x. So I have y equals negative 5x plus 30. I'm going to go back and substitute that into the first equation. So I have 3x plus 4 times negative 5x plus 30 equals 52. So I have 3x, and then 4 times negative 5x gives you negative 20x. 4 times 30 gives you 120 equals 52. 3x minus 20x gives you negative 17x plus 120 equals 52. I'm going to subtract 120. So I have negative 17x equals negative 68. Divide by negative 17, and x equals 4. I'm going to go ahead and substitute into the equation that I had originally, which is this one here. So I have y equals negative 5 times 4 plus 30. Y equals negative 20 plus 30. So you get y equals 10. So the solution will be 4 comma 10. If we look at problem number 4, we notice that it doesn't show us a particular equation that we can solve, that we can easily solve for a variable. But we do notice on 2x, negative 2x plus 6y equals 6, they're all divisible by 2. So I'm probably going to pick that equation and I'm going to solve for x. Why did I choose this one? Like I said, all of these coefficients are divisible by 2. So I have negative 2x plus 6y equals 6. So I'm going to subtract 6y from both sides. I have negative 2x equals negative 6y plus 6. Once again, I'm going to divide by negative 2. And these two are divisible. So I have negative 3, no, it'd be positive 3. I take that back. 3y plus 3. No. Minus 3. Negative 6y divided by negative 2 is positive 3y. 6 by negative 2 gives you negative 3. So this is the equation we're going to be working with. And we're going to substitute into this equation. So what do we have? We have negative 7 parentheses plus 8y equals negative 5. And what's going to go in there? 3y minus 3. That's what's going to go in there, 3y minus 3. So what do we have? We have negative 21y plus 21 plus 8y equals negative 5. Negative 21y plus 8y gives you negative 13y plus 21 equals negative 5. We subtract 21 from both sides. So we have negative 13y equals negative 26. Divide by negative 13. And we know that y is going to be 2. So what is our solution? Oh, 2 is the y equals 2. Now we got to go back and we got to substitute into that equation that we used to substitute. So we have x equals 3 times 2 minus 3. So x equals 3 times 2 is 6 minus 3, which gives you 3. So the solution is 3 comma 2.